how's it hanging, beautiful people? Y'all know who it is. Doc Talk Stocks back again. Don't only get the likes up, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get your stocks up as well. Let's get ready for investment in our financial futures. Ladies and gentlemen, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos about stocks, and I have burned brain cells just watching other YouTubers and hearing the things that they talk about and how they choose to invest, what they're choosing to invest in, how or why they're choosing particular stocks. But there's one thing that I very rarely hear people talk about in reference to an investment strategy that is hardly ever really recognized as the only true way or test of how you can determine a company's stance or how strong they are in times of adversity. And you guys know what I mean by times of adversity. As you all know, my recent investment adventure started around the time that all of this started. You guys know what I mean. I don't need to go into details about what has turned the world upside down as we speak. But what was interesting is everybody kept talking about, guys, nobody really knows what's going on. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. But this right here is an investment opportunity of a lifetime. Things are going to go crazy. Stocks are going to be on sale. Y'all need to buy, but buy conservative or something like that. You have all these people talking about, don't overlook the opportunity, man. These are where millionaires are made. Big salute to my mentor who always tells me shit like that. And I rock with him because I trust him. But there's one thing that people very rarely talk about that really separates the good from the bad, the stable from the unstable in times of adversity or in times where nobody knows exactly what's going on. And that is never invest in companies that cut their dividends. That's my rule of thumb when it comes to investing, ladies and gentlemen. I cannot invest in companies that plan to cut their dividends out. Now, in fairness, let me say this out loud because I do need to put together this PSA, and it's only something I know about myself. Y'all would have never known it unless I tell you guys, but I was in SPG, Simon Property Group, for a while. I was going through my short selling phase. I still go through it from time and time again. But yes, I was in Simon Property Group, and as you guys know, Simon Property Group did cut their dividends from, I think, $8 to about $5.30. I got out before the dividend cut. I took my profits and I was good to go. Only recently have I really thought about getting back into SPG. That's another video for another day. But in reference to investing in solid companies, you cannot invest in companies that have cut their dividends. That goes to show me that they are not ready when shit hits the fan. Now, a lot of people will say, man, companies go through good times and bad, Doc. You can't really utilize that as a reason for why you can't invest in something or why you shouldn't invest in something. You got to be able to give it a chance. The cut in dividends is normally temporary. Give it the quarter and likely it'll bounce back to where it was. But what it shows me is there's holes there in that company. So I use this website called NASDAQ.com, and I look at companies and dividends. And if I go through the dividend history and I see any sign where they've cut dividends, I overlook it. There are a lot of people that are telling me to get into these monthly REITs, and I'm into a couple, but the ones that they're representing or the ones that they're recommending have cut dividends quite frequently. Now, again, dividends are there, just as a little extra pay. But ultimately, if a company cuts dividends, I'm not really convinced that that is a company that I need to be in. All right? And I think that is a rule of thumb that a lot of us need to follow. In reference to reviewing balance sheets, in reference to seeing how companies flow and what they really got going on, I think that one of the things we need to look at as value investors, people who choose to hold things for long terms and long periods of time, we have to look at companies that have chosen to cut dividends at any point in time. Now, if this happened 20 years ago or something like, not 20 years ago, but maybe 5-10 years ago, and since that time they've been on a steady upstream, we can always forgive that. But right now, focusing on the particular conundrum that has plagued the world, if companies have chosen to cut, that says a lot. Or if companies have chosen not to pay at all, shows me a lot. If companies have kind of been on the fritz about whether they want to give you dividends or not, it tells me a lot about the stability of these companies moving forward. And I think I very rarely hear YouTubers that bring that up as a talking point when it comes to investing, even when prices are low. As we speak right now, I want to throw this out there because everybody knows AT&T has been on the fritz for a minute. They've been on a downward skid for the better part of the last few years. Okay, they traded as high as 40-ish. Been on a downslide to the 20s right now as we speak, and they still haven't cut yet their dividends. Some people are saying, just wait, it's coming, but it ain't came yet. So that goes to show that even though the company may have made a couple of bad investments, they might have been spending too much money in areas, probably picked up some additional debt, they still have enough money to pay us as their as owners of stock in that company. That says a lot about the company. How long they will continue to do this, I don't know, man. I ain't the predictor of futures, but I know right now, as long as they holding and as long as they can continue to pay out, why would I get out? You know what I'm saying? We'll just continue to average down, or dollar cost average like we've been doing since day one. Okay? And I just want to put that bug in your ear. Because again, companies that choose to cut their dividends, it shows a hole that they haven't quite filled yet. And if you're smart enough and you think about it enough, who knows when they might do that again. Now again, it doesn't necessarily mean they cut dividends. That means I'm not getting anything. You're gonna get something. But they're taking that money away from you as a value investor because something is wrong with their business model where their financials are conflicted as a result of something that may or may not be happening in the world or may not be happening internally within the company. And I think that's something we need to think about as value investors, okay? So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. Companies that cut their dividends at any time might be a company that you need to do further research on before you choose to invest additional dollars into them. And if you can find another person or another YouTuber that has talked about this, because I haven't found any, you can leave that down in the comment section below. Alright, y'all take care, y'all stay blessed. Doc Talk Stocks. Don't only get the likes up, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you get your stocks up too. Stay blessed. Doc is out. Peace.